Guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I am Mike, and today we're reviewing Saw 3D. The Saw review series is going to continue. I am going to have our review for Saw 10 up tomorrow, and then tomorrow night, live at 8 p.m. Eastern, we are doing our Saw 10 spoiler party and official Saw franchise tier list ranking. So make sure you guys tune in for that, and so much more coming this month. It's going to be a blasty blast. You know what was sometimes a blasty blast? Saw 3D. Not good. Not what I would call good. But sometimes it was fun. I will say that about this movie first off. It got all the deluge of hate from people. Everybody's like, wait till you get to that piece of shit. It's the worst, the absolute worst. So maybe it's an expectation thing, but there are certain moments in this film that were really fun, I thought. But let's get started into the plot of it. We get the return of Cary Elwes. I've been waiting for this forever. Dr. Lawrence Gordon, I've been wanting to know what happened with him when he climbed out of that poopy-covered bathroom. What happened? And we finally get to see it. He's crawling around, and part of this, the reason we didn't see it earlier is, by the way, is because he had this whole fight with the studio going on over money and stuff like that. But they do finally get him back. He's crawling through the sewers of Geppetto, and he takes his leg and he cauterizes it on a steamy pipe. Like, thank God that was there. Of course there's a steamy pipe in this fucking hallway for me to cauterize my wound on. That was good luck. But he cauterizes his wound and he goes on, and what they do with him is actually kind of terrible. Well, we'll get into that. Our next scene is the 3D cheater trap. It's just what I call it. You've got this chick, and this lets you know, hey, here's where we are in the franchise. We are at titty time. we are going to use titties to make our movie more entertaining level of sequel. And Saw's never been like that. You know, it's never been about, they always try to take it super serious and stuff. Here we're on titty time now, and she's dangling above. And I gotta say, at this point in the franchise that's so dark and lurid and like fucking cornholey and all over the place, I really didn't mind some camp to be thrown in there. So maybe that's the thing. I really was needing something new. So some camp was actually well invited by me. So we've got this girl up there in a bra, and there's two dudes, like Brad and Steve, we'll call them. I'm pretty sure one of them's name was Brad or Chad, or, you know, one of those names. They look like, you know, dudes who you see standing outside of Abercrombie with their shirts off. Those dudes. Anyway, she's been banging both dudes and cheating on him, and they got to pull the saw. They got to kill the other one with the saw, or just let her come down on the saw and reap what she sows. I'm getting what I deserve. I'm reaping what I sow. The goddamn pen is blue. I love that scene. I thought it was entertaining, especially how you have all these people standing there going, oh, fuck, what's going on in here? I feel like that's kind of how that would go. There'd be a whole lot of people just like filming it, like, this is going to get crazy views, dude, while this is going on. And another dude would be like, look at her tits, man. But he turns it into this lurid exhibitionism, and I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun scene. The one dude you get a little bit of the nastiness, because you have to imagine what that saw would feel like if it just nipped you a little bit. Just to fucking ouch on my hair, just the tip goes inside of his chest muscle, and that's got to feel awkward and weird. And they ultimately make the right choice. They're like, hey, you know what? This chick is trying to get us both killed. She's trying to get us to kill each other. She's been cheating on us. Let's just, you know what? You get what you deserve, lady. And then the saw just goes inside of her, and it's just a gnarly, fun opening scene, I'm not gonna lie. And then we go to a dream sequence, because we're also at that point in the franchise where Jill is sitting there, and Jill is also shirtless and topless and looking just ripped as fuck. She's been doing tons of CrossFit after taking the kids to soccer practice. She looks amazing, and Hoffman walks in, and I'm so glad this wasn't actually a trap, because it would have been so corny. He just has like this RC remote controlled pyramid head from Silent Hill that just rams her and just like splits her into a bunch of pieces. Again, just an excuse to bring in the 3D element and have limbs and shit flying at you. I can appreciate that this franchise entry was trying to have some fun. They're like, hey, this is dumb as fuck at this point. Let's party. But if you remember from the last time, Jill tried to have Hoffman killed, tried to kill Hoffman, so now he's after her, and he's on some Terminator level shit. They kind of scooty-poo past all the stuff about him having his goddamn mouth ripped open, and he's just sewed it back on, and apparently he's really good at sewing shit back on because there's barely a scar there. But Jill reaches out to Wish.com Sam Rockwell and is like, hey, I want diplomatic immunity, like in that movie Lethal Weapon 2, because this guy's gonna find me and he's gonna kill me. And we basically do a fucking Terminator plot where he literally at some point goes, oh my God, he will find you anywhere. We're literally gonna put you in a holding cell, lady. But fucking Hoffman is badass in this movie. Like, it's one of the things I like about it, honestly. Like, he turns into the fucking Terminator. Eventually, when he finds her, he gets in by using this body bag, and they unzip it, and he just goes ape shit. Michael Myers Halloween 6 with the strobe light on everybody. And honestly, he looks cool doing it. That sounds fucked up, but you know what I mean. God damn it. Don't judge me, you fuck. I just thought Hoffman had become full Michael Myers Jigsaw at this point, and I was fucking here for it. But there's other traps to get to. One just randomly thrown in trap for shits and giggles, a fucking gaggle of fun, was this damn Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. Rest in peace. I thought he did a great job in his acting performance, and I thought this is one of the best traps of the franchise. No shit. It's him and his white supremacist buddies, and Jigsaw's putting them there for obvious reasons. And I like that even Hoffman's like, yeah, no, I'm cool with murder. Kids, women, children, whatever the fuck. I'll murder fucking everyone. You know what I hate? Is those goddamn white supremacists. And I'm like, I'm here for it, buddy. I'm on your fucking side. Let's go. One of those little moments in horror where you're like, no, I'm rooting for the bad guy. But Chester Bennington's character wakes up and his back is like hot, super fucking shit glued. His entire back is super glued to this car. Underneath the car, under the tire, is his lady friend who, if the fucking car falls down, it is going to just rev her entire face off. And across from him, or behind him, is this dude. They brought back the old lip ring from a couple movies ago. The one that just really threw me for a loop. The one that you could never escape even if you wanted to, because it's that damn big around and it goes behind the chin. So it'll just rip your whole fucking face off. They got a dude jackhammered to that shit. And then in front of him is the other guy. So obviously shit goes bad. He tries to pull it out and you get to watch his back stuck to the seat. Just god damn it. Fucking a goose just rip off. His whole back just rips off and you see all the goo and the fucking god, it's gross. The lady's face gets taken off and then everybody just gets fucked up in a holy shit Royal Rumble of one of the best Saw traps ever. That was awesome. But meanwhile, while all this is going on, we pivot to the soap opera part of the show. And I mean literally, because this entire movie where they were trying to do that 3D landscape, it looks like fucking Days of Our Lives. I mean, it looks like, what's one of them? As the World Turns. It is corny looking as shit. The entire movie just looks terrible, in my opinion. It looks awful. Hoffman sucks. What? And a lot of the acting, the new actors that have been brought in are absolutely terrible. Chester Bennington, I thought, did a great job. But most of these people are just soap opera level bad. And it just sinks right in with, starting with self-help guru Bobby Dagan, who honestly looks like he was one of, you know, Donnie Wahlberg's buddies back in New Kids on the Block. This guy just screams Party of Five type dude. He could have been the sheriff in the Scream TV series. That type dude. And he's over dramatically on these talk shows about how Jigsaw saved me and I overcame my traps. And he becomes this like self-help guru, but he's fucking lying about the whole thing. Dude just has scars on his chest. He's never been through a Saw trap, which is where Carrie Ells step up as he's filming. He brings these other Saw survivors and you do get little bitty tidbits of new Saw traps, like the girl who's hanging from the thing and drops into the air conditioning blades. That was kind of fun and cool. But he's literally doing a self-help group with all these other, because at this point Saw's like fucking Freddy Krueger. He's killed like 1,000 people by now. It's a fucking pandemic what they've been able to do with these movies apparently. But he's filming his self-help promotional DVD and Carrie Ells steps up and you think it's going to be this cool moment. He's like in the dark jerking off and like clapping his hands and he's like, so nice of you to let us be a part of your promotional DVD. And he's got like his cane or whatever. And I just think if you're going to bring Carrie Ells back, if you're going to bring Lawrence Gordon back, it should have been way better than that. I thought it was poorly acted. I thought he looked fucking weird the entire movie. He looked just as fake as the rest of the movie did. And this is not a Carrie Ells thing. This is like the makeup and shit they had him look like. I think they did a terrible job with that and just really dropped the ball on the entire return of Lawrence Gordon. And I'll forever feel that way. But it gets worse. Much worse. Bobby Dagan, who's such an annoying piece of shit and over the top and dramatic. I mean, you just hate his fucking guts. He's that dude who calls everybody brother, but not in like the Hulk Hogan way, but like the church way. You know, that guy. Oh God, he just smells like a fucking mothballs. I can tell. But anyway, him and all of his buddies who helped him put this whole shenanigan shit show together all get in a gigantic Saw trap together. And you've got a rock climbing kind of trap where the dude can't see anything, but he's in a level of Max Payne or like an obby from Roblox. And it's kind of dumb or whatever, but it's still pretty mean. This trap was great because it's got these gigantic nodules. I mean, they're fucking huge and they're sharp at the end with the pointy tips. And they're all pointed at this girl's neck and she's got like the key or whatever, or a fish hook deep down inside of her. And he has to grab her and it's like the Mission Impossible trap because any noise like makes the things come faster. Stuff makes me any noise that like with the meter makes those things like move faster towards her throat. So she has to be quiet while he does this. And of course the dumb fuck can't, because every one of these traps is always stupid as hell. And I get that it's a stressful situation, but there's obvious things you can and can't do. Things you can't do: wait for 2 minutes and then start, so that you can hurt yourself and die. Everyone does that. Don't know why. Anyway, she screams. He's on top of her like a fucking plumber. Hi. He's on top of her like a fucking plumber plunging a fucking toilet, and just, I mean, it's gnarly the way he's just fucking pulling this thing. He's like, would you shut the fuck up? She keeps screaming. Obviously she dies. Gnarly death, totally deserved. We got our whole subplot thing going on here with Jill and them trying to keep her safe, and this cop who pointlessly knew Hoffman from back in the day. None of it matters. He sets up a turret gun, kills everybody in the room, and then goes full Terminator style on everybody. Finds Jill, traps her, puts the bear trap on her, and then sits and watches as it explodes her fucking face. We finally get to see the bear trap in all of its goddamn glory, and it was something. I mean, it just left a tongue, just like, eh. That tongue looked like Will Smith at the end of the last season of Fresh Prince, just standing in an empty house. It was gnarly. Bobby Dagan gets his because he finally gets to his girlfriend who he's so in love with, and she's inside of this incinerator with this barbed wire electric rods, electric barbed wire around her, and he has to actually fulfill his own prophecy. Stick the, and this is a really great line from Jigsaw, because he's like, since as you pointed out so many times, you know, the pectoral muscles can carry your weight. Let's see what happens. And he's got to go up there to get the thing to let her free. And he sticks him in his pectoral muscles and he floats to the top. And right at the end, his titties rip and he falls down and it's over with. And then she gets incinerated. And it's like, dude, you had that one fucking coming. By the way, I did forget to mention we have young Jigsaw here, which is just my favorite point of the whole series. They're like, hey, we don't have enough money to de-age him, and obviously this is a prequel moment, so let's just throw a backwards fucking cap on Jigsaw and just march him in there. And them bitches did it. I mean, they honestly didn't do much different for Saw 10, but they threw that fucker out there just like that, and you know what? It worked. Motherfucker looks like he's on his way to a Limp Bizkit concert. But really, just a pointless way to shove John in there. Like, I think the series, I know that they struggled after they killed him off, and I feel like that was always a mistake to do that so early, because they always struggling to find ways to bring him back to the franchise. This is probably one of the weakest ones, but it was still a cool moment when he goes and gets his book signed, and he's just like talking shit to that dude, and that dude doesn't even know who he is. So then at the end, after Mark Hoffman finally kills off Jill, we find out that fucking the stupidest twist ever. Lawrence Gordon has been working with Jigsaw because everyone's dumb as shit and just goes, thank you for making me cut off my leg and scaring my little girl for fucking life. Definitely gonna pay for those therapy lessons. Yeah. Thanks for fucking up my whole life. Legit. Thank you. I appreciate you, and now I'm a part of your cult because you made me cut off my leg. And that's the kind of motivation I fucking needed. So stupid, especially someone as smart as Lawrence Gordon was. So fucking stupid that he would become his... Ugh, don't even get me started. That was just weak sauce shit. Weak fucking sauce, man. But anyways, Hoffman's walking out. He gets pigged, and they rich off of... It's Lawrence Gordon. And you find out they've been working together, and Jigsaw had this whole thing set up, and then Lawrence Gordon takes him back to life, back to the bathroom stall, and he throws him in there, chains him up, leaves him in his position, and Hoffman's screaming, "You can't do this to me!" And he's like, "Yes, I can." He grabs the rusty saw, and he's like, "I don't think so." Throws it, and then shuts the door. And the whole thing is full circle. The final chapter is complete. Hoffman's locked away forever, even though he was just doing what fucking Jigsaw asked him to, basically. Lawrence Gordon is now a murderer by fucking... all dumb. All dumb. Terrible way to wrap it up story-wise. But as a movie itself, shitty soap opera look to it. I don't know what the 3D looked like in theaters. But shitty soap opera look to the whole thing. Terrible acting. It's the most soap opera-y deep sequel cut of them all for sure. And at the end of the day, pretty goddamn entertaining as a whole. I will give Saw the final chapter a 6.5. Shamefully. And that leaves us, my friends, with Saw 10. Tomorrow and tomorrow night, on October the 3rd, we are all talking Saw 10 spoilers in the whole franchise live and ranking the entire thing. It's going to be Blasty Blast, and I will put up Jigsaw and Spiral re-reviews as well post that. So thank you guys for watching this with me. I really appreciate it. I love doing this, and I love doing you. I mean, I love talking to you and all that entails. I hope you guys have an amazing day and an amazing October. We'll see you soon. Halloween never ends, suck my fucking dick, and I don't really care what Blumhouse fucking says. Put him in a box, or suck a fucking cock. You can say he's dead, but we all know he's not, yeah. So let's go trick-or-treating, let's go fucking drinking, let's all go rent Pumpkinhead on VHS, cause Halloween never ends.